Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said on Monday that the Israeli Air Force controls the skies of Tehran. "We are on our way to achieving our two goals, eliminating the nuclear threat and eliminating the missile threat. When we control the skies of Tehran, we are hitting these targets, the targets of the regime," Netanyahu said while visiting pilots at the Tel Nof airbase. According to Associated Press, Iran fired a new wave of missile attacks on Israel early on Monday, killing at least 5 people, while Israel claimed in the fourth day of the conflict that it could fly over the Iranian capital without facing major threats. Iran announced it had launched some 100 missiles and vowed further retaliation for Israel's surprise attack on its nuclear program and military leadership, which has killed at least 224 in the country since it began last Friday. In announcing the latest salvo after a weekend of escalating tit-for-tat attacks, Iran's paramilitary Revolutionary Guard vowed to continue with more strikes. The latest conflict began when Israel launched an assault on Iran's top military leaders, uranium enrichment sites and nuclear scientists that it said was necessary to prevent its longtime adversary from getting any closer to building an atomic weapon. Iran maintains that its nuclear program is peaceful, and the US and others have assessed that Tehran has not pursued a nuclear weapon since 2003. But the head of the International Atomic Energy Agency has repeatedly warned that the country has enough enriched uranium to make several nuclear bombs if it chooses to do so.
חיל האוויר הישראלי שולט בשמי טהרן. בשינוי של כל המערכה. אנחנו בדרך להשיג את שני היעדים שלנו. חיסול האיום הגרעיני, חיסול האיום הטילאי. כשאנחנו שולטים בשמי טהרן, אנחנו פוגעים במטרות האלה, במטרות של המשטר. בניגוד למשטר הנפשע של איראן, שמטרגט את האזרחים שלנו ובא להרוג ילדים ונשים, אנחנו אומרים להם, לאזרחי טהרן, לתושבי טהרן, תתפנו, ואנחנו פועלים. אנחנו בדרך להשיג ניצחון, והדבר הזה נרכש בזכות הטייסים הגיבורים שלנו, צוותי הקרקע הנפלאים שלנו. הם עושים עבודה מדהימה. אני מצדיע לכם. כל אזרחי ישראל מצדיעים לכם, ואני רוצה להגיד לכם, רבים בעולם מצדיעים לכם ומתפעלים מכם. זה חלק יסודי מהתקווה לניצחון שאנחנו נשיג אותו. אז תודה לכם, ובעזרת השם נעשה ונצליח ותמשיכו עד הניצחון.
Heavy traffic was seen on major highways leading out of Tehran, including roads toward Save in the southwest and Mashhad in the east, as residents appeared to flee the capital. Tens of thousands of residents are fleeing the Iranian capital Tehran due to Israeli attacks. That came as fresh attacks targeted Iran's energy infrastructure, including fuel supplies and a top natural gas field. There were traffic jams on roads leading out of the city while others trying to flee were hailing taxis as they held suitcases. Unlike Israel, Iran's capital Tehran doesn't have modern bomb shelters, so the city must make use of tunnels, basements or older shelters used in the Iran-Iraq War of the 1980s, the last time the country faced such a grave national emergency. In Tehran there weren't any shelters, people went into basements, the chairman of Tehran City Council, Mehdi Shamran, told reporters, adding that the metro can be used as a shelter in extreme crisis, but that we would need to shut the system down. Iranian experts have said that by attacking residential areas in Iran, Israel has crossed the Rubicon, or passed the point of no return, and is inviting attacks of the same kind from Tehran. One resident of Tehran who gave his name only as Ali Reza told the Washington Post that they left the capital Sunday for Iran's northern Gilan province after a building near his home was hit by an airstrike. "We were lucky to leave very early," he said. "Right after us the roads got really crowded." The Post and Times also reported that long lines were forming as gas stations, some of which had to resort to rationing, as Iranians rushed to fill up. Iran launched a new wave of missile attacks on Israel early Monday, triggering air raid sirens across the country as emergency services reported shrapnel falling in several areas in central Israel, sparking fires and wounding at least 10 people. According to Associated Press, buildings were destroyed in a neighborhood in central Israel, with emergency services rushing to put out fires at the site. Israel and Iran have traded more missile attacks despite international calls for a halt to the fighting, with neither country showing signs of backing down as the conflict between the regional foes raged for a third day. Iran on Sunday said Israel struck its oil refineries, killed the intelligence chief of its paramilitary Revolutionary Guard and 2 other generals, and hit population centers in intensive aerial attacks that raised the death toll in the country since Israel launched its major campaign on Friday to 224 people. Israel, which has aimed its missiles at Iran's rapidly advancing nuclear program and military leadership, said that Iran has fired over 270 missiles since Friday, wreaking havoc on sleepy residential suburbs and killing 14 people.